And welcome to the 27th scripture reading session live stream. And today we'll be continuing on with the book of Genesis, chapter 26. I was just thinking that a lot of the chapters seem to be really interesting stories introducing new people that will be tracked throughout the Bible. Some of them chapters just seem to be more accounting of who was born to who, sort of the generations, the lineage. Yet again, others seem to be confusing, don't seem to really have any real focus. But anyway, we're going to just go through, and I will read each verse in the chapter and then discuss at the end. So let's move to the website. And I am using KingJamesBibleOnline.org, Genesis chapter 26, verse 1. And there was a famine in the land, beside the first famine that was in the days of Abraham. And Isaac went unto Abimelech, king of the Philistines, unto Gerar. And the Lord appeared unto him and said, Go down into Egypt, dwell in the land which I shall tell thee of. Sojourn in this land, and I will be with thee, and will bless thee. For unto thee and unto thy seed I will give all these countries, and I will perform the oath which I share with Abraham thy father. And I will make thy seed to multiply as the stars of heaven, and will give unto thy seed all these countries, and in thy seed shall all the nations of the earth be blessed. Because that Abraham obeyed my voice, and kept my charge, my commandments, my statutes, and my laws. And Isaac dwelt in Gerar. And the men of that place asked him for his wife. And he said, She is my sister, for he feared to say, She is my wife, lest, said he, the men of the place would kill me for Rebekah, because she was fair to look upon. And it came to pass, when he had been there a long time, that Abimelech the king of the Philistines looked out at a window, and saw, and behold, Isaac was sporting with Rebekah his wife. And Abimelech called Isaac and said, Behold, of a surety, she is thy wife. And how saidst thou, She is my sister? And Isaac said unto him, Because I said, Lest I die for her. And Abimelech said, What is thou hast done unto us? One of the people might lightly have leaned with thy wife, and thou shouldest have brought guiltless upon us. And Abimelech charged all his people, saying, He that touches this man or his wife shall surely be put to death. And Isaac sowed in the land, and received in the same year 100-fold. And the Lord blessed him. And the man waxed great, and went forward, and grew until he became very great. For he had possession of flocks, and possession of herds, and great store of servants. And the Philistines envied him. For all the wells which his father's servants had digged in the days of Abraham his father, the Philistines had stopped them and filled them with earth. And Abraham said unto Isaac, Go from us, for thou art much mightier than we. And Isaac departed thence, and pitched his tent in the valley of Gerar, and dwelt there. And Isaac digged again the wells of water, which they had digged in the days of Abraham his father. For the Philistines had stopped them after the death of Abraham, and he called their names after the names by which his father had called them. And Isaac's servants digged in the valley, and found there was well of springing water. And the herdsmen of Gerar did strive with Isaac's herdmen, saying, The water is ours. And he called the name of the wells Esek, because they strove with him. They digged another well, and strove for that also, and he called the name of it Sitnar. And he moved from hence, and digged another well, and for that they strove not, and he called the name of it Rehoboth. And he said, For now the Lord has made room for us, and we shall be fruitful in the land. And he went from hence to Beersheba. The Lord appeared unto him the same night, and said, I am the Lord of Abraham thy father, fear not, for I am with thee, and I will bless thee, and multiply thy seed from my servant Abraham's sake. For my servant Abraham's sake. And he built an altar there, and called upon the name of the Lord, and pitched his tent there. And there Isaac's servants digged a well. Then Abimelech went to him from Gerar, and Azazath, one of his friends, and Pishu, the chief captain of his army. And Isaac said unto them, Wherefore come ye to me? See ye hate me, and have sent me away from you? And they said, We saw certainly that the Lord was with thee, and we said, Let there be now an oath betwixt us, even betwixt us and thee, and let us make a covenant with thee. And thou wilt do us no harm, no hurt, as we have not touched thee, and as we have done unto thee nothing but good, and have sent thee away in peace. Thou art now the blessed of the Lord. And he made them a feast, and they did eat and drink. And they rose up betimes in the morning, and sware one to another. And Isaac sent them away, and they departed from him in peace. And it came to pass the same day that Isaac's servants came, and told him concerning the well which they had digged, and said unto him, We found water. And called to Shabbath, therefore the name of the city is Beersheba unto this day. And Esau was 40 years old when he took to wife Judith, the daughter of Beeri, and the Hittite, and Beshemath, the daughter of Elon, of the Hittite, which were the grief of mind of Isaac, and to Rebekah. Okie dokie. Here we go. So, what was going on in this chapter? Well, it focuses on Isaac, and it starts off, let's go back at the verses. It starts off in 1 talking about a famine, and how the Lord told Isaac to go to Egypt. He goes to Egypt, and then there's a similar thing with Isaac and his wife as had happened to Abraham. where Isaac disguises his wife as his sister. Because I guess there was a thing that happened in those days that if men wanted your wife, they might kill you and take her. So in any event, the king, Abelish, called Isaac and said, "Hey, what's the story? Is this your wife or is it your sister? And why do you lie to me about it?" So as all this breaks down, the king, Abelish, gives protection to Isaac and his wife, but tells them to leave. So they leave. And then there's this whole section where Isaac has his servants dig wells. So they dig all these wells, and apparently they were the wells that Abraham had dug, but were buried by the Philistines. So in any event, this all goes well, and it kind of wraps up near the end of the chapter where the king Abelmelech comes back and meets with Isaac again, and they have a discussion about blessings, and I guess they're concerned that Isaac might in some way cause harm to them because of how they treated him. So anyway, they have a dinner and everyone's cool, and the main thing here in verse 33 is that Sheba was the name of the well near the city of Beersheba. Now, it says here Beersheba unto this day, so we should try to find a map of this area, see if we can track down some of these things. Okay, so a little bit of a story there, centered around Isaac. I guess we'll see when we go to the next chapter, chapter 27. And, chapter 27 tomorrow. And we should be able to go through that. So you have a great day, and thank you for joining me.